Basic accounting entry for any purchase transaction is purchase account debit to creditor's account credit. But in real life, purchasing process is not that simple. Purchasing process has multiple steps and multiple activities involved in it. Like here you can see that when you want to do a purchase, then in that case the first thing you will do is you will go for purchase requisition, then followed by purchase order. You will be receiving the product, then you will be inspecting the product, then you will be receiving the invoice which you will be posting, and at the end you will be making payment to your vendor. Collectively, all these steps are known as P2P cycle. So you need to understand that in real life, the accounting for P2P cycle or accounting for purchase transaction is bit complicated, bit different than what you do in theory. In theory, it is really simple. You go for purchase account debit and then you go for creditor's account credit. Now you need to understand one more thing, that in real life, the goods are received, but at that particular point of time, you're not receiving your invoice. So the day on which you're receiving your goods and the day on which you're receiving the invoice might be different. It might be possible that first you are receiving goods and after few days you are receiving your invoice, and it might be possible that initially you are receiving invoice and after few days you are receiving goods. So you need to understand that both the transaction, both the activities might not happen on same day. Plus, we also need to understand that the goods are received by the department which is handling the goods. Like we are having this warehouse department, those are the people who are going to handle the goods. Whereas invoice, they are received by your accounting department, specifically your accounts payable department. So we need to understand this also, that both of the things are not received by same department, they are received by different department. So if we talk about how to do an accounting or how to generate accounting entries in P2P cycle in Oracle, so first of all we need to understand that in Oracle how the P2P cycle works. So if we see in Oracle, you will realize that your P2P cycle starts with creating purchase requisition, then we are having creating purchase order, then we are physically receiving the product, then you are inspecting that product, then you are delivering that product, because right now that product is in common area. Now you need to deliver that product to destination. You need to deliver that product. If it is, let's say, a raw material, then it will be delivered to an inventory site where you are having the raw material stored. Or if it is an asset, then in that case, that fixed asset need to be delivered to the department who has requested it. So you need to understand that this particular point of time is known as delivery of item. Once you have delivered the item, the next step is to post the invoice which you have received. Then you will make payment to your vendor, and once the payment is done, that payment will get clear in your bank account, which is nothing but bank reconciliation activity. So this is how the whole P2P cycle is managed in Oracle. Now in Oracle, as you see, we are having multiple activities involved, multiple events involved in P2P cycle. Now the important thing is that each and every transaction, each and every event is not an accounting event, is not an financial transaction. So first of all, what is accounting event? What is financial transaction? Financial transaction is a transaction which impacts your account balances of company's financial statement, like profit and loss and balance sheet. So let's say if you do any transaction and just because of that your assets are increasing or your assets are decreasing, or your liabilities are increasing or your liabilities are decreasing, then in that case that transaction is known as financial transaction. So you need to understand that only financial transactions are recorded in your books of account. We do not record non-financial transactions or non-accounting event. So here if we see, when you are creating your purchase requisition. When you are creating your purchase order, we are not going to have any accounting entry, because creating purchase requisition, creating purchase order is not having any financial impact. We are just requesting for goods. So here your asset or your liability is not getting changed. There is no increase, decrease in your income. There is no expenditure which is happening here. So that's the reason when you're creating your purchase requisition and purchase order, we do not do any accounting entry. Now you have already submitted your PO. Now you're going to receive goods. So when you receive good, at that particular point of time, you will be going for an accounting entry, that is inventory receiving account debit to AP accrual account credit. Inventory receiving account and AP accrual account, they both are temporary account. They are both clearing account. We'll see how these accounts are working in next few minutes. Now you have received your goods. After receiving the goods, they are in common area. You will be doing an inspection. So again, when you will be inspecting that product, the goods which you have received, there is no financial transaction. There is no impact on account balances of your financial statement. So that's the reason we won't go for any accounting entry. Now those goods are right now in common area, and now those goods need to be delivered to its final destination. Now the goods which you have purchased, they might be a raw material, they might be a fixed asset, or they might be in nature of expense, means we are going to consume that goods within organization. Then on the basis of your final use, on the basis of your final destination, the accounting entry is generated. If you are going to use it as a raw material, then in that case, it will be material inventory account debit to inventory receiving account credit. If you are going to use it as a fixed asset, then in that case, your entry will be asset clearing account debit to inventory receiving account credit. And if you're going to consume that product within your organization, then in that case, expense account debit to inventory receiving account credit. So here you will notice that your inventory receiving account is nullified. That's the reason it was known as a temporary account. So you created inventory receiving account at receiving stage, and now you are removing it in delivery stage. So that's the reason it is a temporary account. Now you have these goods, you have delivered to its final destination. Now you will be receiving your invoice. Now invoice will be received by your AP department. So AP department will go for posting of invoice. So whenever they will post the invoice, it will be AP accrual account debit to liability account credit. So here we are going to credit the vendor. We are going to credit the vendor to whom we are going to make the payment. So again here, if you focus, you will realize that your AP accrual account is also a temporary account, is also a clearing account. AP accrual account was created at the stage of receiving, but it is removed, it is nullified at the stage of posting. Once you have posted your invoice, the next step is to make payment to your vendor. So it's really simple. Liability account debited to bank clearing account credited. And at the end, when you're doing your bank reconciliation, at that time, you'll be having bank clearing account debit to bank account credit. And if you see, you'll realize that liability account, bank clearing account, these all accounts are getting nullified. They are removed. So ultimate impact is just material account, material inventory account debit to bank account if it is a raw material, asset clearing account debit to bank account if it is a fixed asset, expense account debit to bank account if it is an inventory which is consumed within organization. Here there is also one more thing which you need to understand, that when you are having asset clearing account, when you are delivering your product to any department as a fixed asset, then at that time you are having entry asset clearing account to inventory receiving account, that is credit. Now this is the step where you are delivering your the product from the common area to the department. This does not mean that you have added your fixed asset in the list of fixed asset. So for that, we need to do one more accounting entry to make sure that that fixed asset is added in your fixed asset list. And the accounting entry is asset account debit to asset clearing account credit. So here also your asset clearing account is a temporary account, is a clearing account. This account was generated at the time of delivery and it is getting nullified when you are adding your fixed asset in your list of fixed asset. So this is how you can see the whole P2P cycle works in Oracle, and these are the different types of accounting entry generated during that process.